The White House celebrated St. Patrick's Day by slashing green energy and everything else that's good in the budget. Did you see the budget? Oh, yes. It takes all them. They put out their new budget, the Trump budget. Takes away all the money from scientists and teachers and human rights workers and Meals on Wheels and Muppets. And gives it to the people who really need it, the defense contractors. If only there was a way to get the F-35 to run on coal, it would be a perfect budget. Yeah, because coal... hey, we're going to put the coal miners back to work. That's what... What the fuck is... That's what he goes around the country saying. Every day, we're going to put the coal miners... That's what passes for good news in this administration. You're going back down in that toxic hole. And as they're lowering them in. And then we're going to take away your health care. Yeah, this week... Well, this week we finally found out what Trump care is. You know, the whole campaign, he was something terrific. Remember, I'm going to replace it with something terrific. There's so many quotes of him saying everyone's going to be covered. Everybody, it's going to cost you a fraction of what the old one, and better coverage. Wow, that is quite a deal. Everybody, fraction, better coverage. People are going to want to get sick. This plan is so good. You are going to wish you had a tumor just so you could go to the hospital under my plan. Now we see what the plan is. Surprise, 24 million people lose health coverage, and the rich get a giant tax cut. This is the new place we're living in America. Meals on Wheels, the new budget director said, not showing any results. You mean other than not killing cripples and veterans and older people? Old people, you know, 3,200 jobs at the EPA are going to be cut under this new budget. Remember during the campaign, Trump was always saying, what do you have to lose? This stuff. Life as we know it. The budget director also said about the new budget that the after-school meals program, gone. You know, I've always said this. You want Republicans to care about kids, you're going to just have to jam them back in the uterus. Climate change research. For years, they said, well, you know, climate change needs more study. Now, zero. They made a point, $0, 0 cents in research for climate change. The greatest challenge of our time, and they're like, nothing. No, this is like if your car was breaking down and your solution was put black tape over the check engine light. Cutting PBS out. I mean, most people look at Sesame Street and they see a show that educates children. Trump sees a show where a landlord is being forced to rent to black people. And that's just the policy part of our national nightmare that we are living through every week. You know, there's two parts of this policy and then personality. Personality, because hours after our last show, a couple of weeks ago, President Crazy Pants started tweeting about how Obama tapped his phone at Trump Tower based on nothing. Nothing. That's the great thing about having tiny hands. It's easier to pull stuff right out of your ass, you know?